You've got some incredible names for us, individual stocks. Before we do that, however, let's talk about the macro market. Make the case for why, even with these gains, we are not overpriced.
Great. Thanks for having me, and just happy holidays to everyone out there. There's a big thing that I don't know if folks are really paying attention to. Like, the market's been on fire, 30% gains in the S&P 500 this year. But we've actually had earnings growth this year in a major way. And in fact, I'd argue that the market has gotten cheaper this year because multiples have not expanded. In fact, multiples have contracted, and you've had really, really strong earnings growth. And I think even though, you look at a market that's making new highs, you think about all the bad stuff happening in the world with inflation and whatnot, you might be tempted to say, let's go to cash. But I actually think stocks are a really great buy here.
Okay, overall, now let's get a little more, I would say microscopic and take a look at Microsoft. You see what I did there, Allan? It's terrible. It's a dad joke.
I like it.
It's a dad joke. All right, so Microsoft, this has been one of the great success stories of the last 5 years under Satya Nadella. Analyst price target still 20 or 30 bucks above where it is now. Make the case for Microsoft.
I love Microsoft. Microsoft is one of those businesses that I think is insulated from a lot of what's happening in the world today that's bad. Folks are worrying about, a labor shortage. Microsoft makes about $1 million on average on every employee that they employ, over 180,000 people, almost 180 billion in terms of annual revenue. So I like that they've got a really low ratio of sales to employees. Clearly, there's not a big labor shortage that's impacting Microsoft. That's number one. Number two, they've got incredible pricing power. They've just announced in December that they're raising prices 20%, and the market has not blinked. In fact, they're predicted to double some of their businesses. The majority of where Microsoft is generating its revenue, it's business consumers. And, again, they're not really so concerned about that inflation. So I think Microsoft has the ability to raise prices. They've got pricing power. They've got a really low ratio of employees to sales. I think Microsoft has a lot of great things working.